Welcome to a Cosmic Energy Update with multidimensional energy specialist Raquel Spencer.
Welcome everyone, this is Raquel, and it is the Equinox. It is the first equinox of 2017 and the first of the new cycle. And I'm really glad to have everybody here. The energy is really quite beautiful, intense, and unrelenting at this time. We are really being asked to step into balance. And we've been going through so much since the first of the year. If you recall, back in January, the first 11 days of January, we went through a galactic gateway. And that was the beginning of this year, the beginning of the new energy coming in. And then we went straight into February with the two eclipses, which came with a punch. And now we're sitting here in the equinox energy. The official equinox is March 20th, but we're definitely in the energy. And it is so important to recognize what's going on. We have been in high gear for the last 3 months, the first quarter of 2017, and we've been bringing in a lot of new information, new energy. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is the cosmos, the energy coming in from the galactic, from outside, is actually coming in and hitting our personal matrix, our individualized energetic fields of light, along with the mass consciousness fields and all the fields around the planet. We know that we went through some really intense seismic activity right before the beginning of the new cycle, when we went through so many earthquakes and shifts. And then, of course, during the eclipses, or right before the eclipse in February, we had that huge spike in the Schumann field. And so what's going on in the energetics of the cosmos and the galactic and the earth plane, if you will, is really designed to integrate or impact into our own fields of light. And when the energies come in, and we're talking everything from the seismic activity and the Schumann resonance of the planet shifting to the solar flares and the solar winds and all of this, it affects our human matrix, our energetic fields, because we are bioelectrical, biochemical supercomputers, quite frankly. And so it affects us when we have that kind of energy hitting our fields. And I say hitting just for lack of a better term. It's actually coming in and interfacing with our fields. It triggers in our own matrix of light to unlock, to open up, to activate certain things that are being held within our own body, within our own cellular structure, within literally even the bones, guys. Everything is held within the body. And so when we go through so much activity in such a short period of time, it really has an effect on the physicality that we're actually living in our bodies. And so as we come into the equinox energy, it is a time of balance. The equinoxes have been revered since as long as history's been written about on this planet. It is really recognized as a time to balance out the energies. And so we sit in this frequency right now to really balance what's been going on. So many of you have started to really come into a deeper level of awareness of your purpose, of certain, I'll say, missions that you have or contracts that you have. You've started to really have a broader and a deeper understanding at the same time of what you're really here to do. And it's exciting. And sometimes it can be overwhelming as well, because it's really not got anything to do with the day-to-day experience that we have come accustomed to on this planet. It really has a much bigger and grander scale. And so how do you balance that with your human 3D life? How do you understand that there's such a bigger mission at play, a bigger purpose at play, and still walk in your 3D world and take care of all of the 3D necessities and stay in that balance? And that's what the energies right now are really all about, to help us bring that back into balance. We have to have the understanding that all of this aha and awareness and awakening and things that are coming in and triggering the memory and activating in our fields, it has to be balanced out to implement in a very practical way. We're not here to live in a state of ungroundedness or a state of being so far out in the ethers that we can't implement that into our daily lives, because quite frankly, we're here to shift the way that humanity actually functions. And that's huge, guys. That's really big. When you look at the scale of what's going on with 7+ billion people on the planet. But the only way we're going to be able to accomplish this is if we can keep ourselves in balance, keep ourselves grounded. Grounded in a new way that isn't the old way of being grounded, but grounded in a way that we can hold higher frequencies of light, higher awarenesses, higher understandings, and walk a regular, normal, and yes, the new norm is coming. My normal is definitely not the normal of most people on this planet, but it is the norm of a light worker. It is the norm of what we're being asked to step into. And so as we sit here in the equinox energy, it's about bringing all of that back into balance, taking all of the ahas and the new awarenesses that we've really, even this quarter, have really tapped into, and bringing that into balance into our daily reality. How do we walk the path of a enlightened light worker in this 3D experience with all of the nuances of daily life interplaying with the truth of who we are now, which is different than who we were even 3 months ago. Gosh, even 3 days ago. So I invite you to understand and take advantage of this balancing energy, because it's all about balancing the heart, stepping into the heart, and understanding that when we say living from the heart, that's not saying that we now are soft-hearted or soft. Maybe that's a better way to put it. We can be soft-hearted, but not that we're a pushover, or that if you live from the heart, that means that you have to give to others all of the time and at the depletion of your own energy, or at the sacrifice of your own experience. It's about balancing the heart and being able to live from the heart while still being in that empowered state of awareness, that powerful warrior energy that many of us carry, because we're here to really make big change. And you don't do that by letting yourself be used or being a pushover. You can be absolutely living from the heart and experiencing that living from the heart and stand in your power all in the same breath. And so we're about, in the energy right now, it's all about balancing that new empowerment, living from the heart, walking that experience, and bringing it into this experience, this 3D reality. And yes, I still say 3D. A lot of people talk about how we're in the 5D. It's all physicality, and it's all about interfacing with all the other humans on this planet as we experience in our day-to-day lives, and being able to do that with ease and grace. Being able to do that from a place of empowerment that is absolutely anchored in the heart. And that balance brings our ability to be more effective in our work, more effective of holding the light in the higher frequencies, more effective of being a true light worker in this day and age.